I'm sorry, what?
In this episode of I'm Sorry What, an Unofficial Ghost Podcast, Brad from Subvision Unofficial on Facebook and Leon, known as Leviathan Forge on Instagram, sit down at the round Ghable. Going through their top 10 ghost songs, both men shocked the hosts SABRINA and JILLIAN with some of their choices. Mostly positive though. Come take a seat. We have much to discuss at the Ghable, Ghesties.
Should we reiterate for the people listening?
Sure.
What this is about. Cool. So,
the two greatest minds in Ghost are going to give you the 10 best songs that you should always listen to.
Hell yeah. There you go. That's a perfect intro. So, take it away. What's your number 10?
All right. So, my number 10 is from the EP, If You Have Ghosts. And it is Crucified. I really like the part with his kind of growly voice in between. And I never listened to the original song until today. And I think what makes it so special is that Tobias back then would really take a song and make it his own. Like it wasn't just a straight up cover. And to be honest, I would never listen to that song. The original, it's not the kind of music I listen to at all, but I love Ghost's cover of it. I think it's great, and I wondered, I was like, is there like a growly part in there? But it's not. It's like the guy's talking or like kind of semi rapping in between the chorus. But it also sounds really good. I think Dave Grohl produced that whole thing, and everything just sounds like crystal clear. And even though he's growling, like you can hear him enunciate every word, and you can kind of, I don't know, it's cool. It's my number 10.
So I love the original. The original serves so much cunt, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, Tobias's version of it is so darker. It's like darker. It's different. I always wondered why he repeated verse 1 for both verses. Like verse 2 in the original song is completely different, and I always wondered why he just repeated verse 1. But yeah, that's a great choice for number 10. I love it.
I gotta say, they played the original song in a radio a while ago, and honestly, I kind of died inside when I listened to it.
Oh,
like it was awful. It was
thank you.
Terrible.
Wow.
The original is such a terrible song.
It's the same with I think it's the same with Bible. The original, I think.
Oh yeah,
is horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that one. But Crucified, it's so much fun.
Good choice, Brad.
Are you dismissing Imperia? Like, don't let any Swedish people hear you. Thastrom is like a Swedish treasure. Like, the original Bible is awesome.
No,
way better than the original of Crucified. Horrible song.
Okay.
But Tobias's version. We're going to come to blows already at number 10.
Yeah.
So.
Moving on. Yeah. I don't know. My number 10 is actually Square Hammer.
Just like me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like that I hate the song. It's just like it's. My top 10 is mostly songs that I listen to all the time. But from that, it's just like the one I listen to the least. I also excluded covers.
Why?
I thought like if I do a top 10, I'll only do like original Ghost songs.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Square Hammer is my 10. I mean, it's a great song. I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes you just have to be in the mood to listen to it.
True.
I
In the
think.
Is
mood
there
is
Enter
all the
Sand?
time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It is Ghost Enter Sandman. Like I loved it when it came out, and I did used to play it all the time. And now, like I just whenever it comes up on like Spotify, I'm just like, moving on. Uh, it's too repetitive, and it's a great song. I agree with you, but it's just I've heard it so many times, and it just there's other songs I've heard many, many times that are in my top 10, but that one didn't even make my top 10. But still, I agree, great song, but just not.
Yeah,
It's understandable.
I usually only listen to it when it's in my playlist. I made a couple of them the set lists from the concerts. If I listen to that one, the complete one, then I'll listen to Square Hammer because it's the last one basically. But you wouldn't see me just searching for Square Hammer to listen to it. It's just like
That's
doesn't really
crazy
happen.
to me. That was my number one. I think Square Hammer is objectively the best Ghost song ever.
Is it?
You're
Yes.
wrong, but that's okay, Jillian.
Thanks.
No, also a great choice.
All right, yeah.
I chose the same. I don't think I will have any other song like the same as you guys because most of my list is opus. And I've just learned that both of you only have two songs. Oh no, Brad has 3 songs now from opus, which I'm still disappointed. Just so you know, Brad. Yeah, but what is your number 9, Brad? No, you don't have to explain yourself. It's okay.
So number 9 is Mummy Dust. So it's an integral
Oh.
part of the Ghost show. It's also written by my friend. Well, partially written by my friends. But so it started out back when Ghost was originally forming. Um, Gura wrote a instrumental demo that was supposed to be for Opus, and it had the original title of probably Con Clavi Con Dio, and they never finished working on that song. Con Clavi Con Dio title was moved over to the one that you know as Con Clavi Con Dio, and then Tobias dusted off Gustav's demo for Meliora, and with the help of others, ended up making Mummy Dust, and so it's an awesome song. It's when the money shot happens at the concert. It's a song that needs to be played over and over, so Gustav gets as much money as he can get from residual. So of course I'm going to pick that, and I'm going to tell people to put that on repeat constantly and play it over and over because it's a killer song. But the cool thing is, so the funny thing is I was talking with Gura, and I was like, oh, I was like, Mummy Dust was like an old Repugnant song, right? And he's like, no, 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 no. He's like, it was a demo for Opus, and then I ended up in getting like a treasure trove of demos, and I was listening to this song that was and I didn't listen to it for a while because it just said Con Clavi Con Dio on it, and I was like, oh, I already have the demo of that, it was called Asphyxia. So I just didn't listen to it for a long time. I pulled it out and I'm listening to this song, and I'm like, this isn't Con Clavi Con Dio. This sounds like Mummy Dust. So like I took a little snippet of this and I sent it over to Gura. I was like, is this the song you were talking about? He's like, yes, that's it. That's the song. So I rediscovered his old demo for Mummy Dust. Mummy Dust was actually supposed to appear on Opus. Is one of the first songs that was ever worked on, ever written by the fledgling band Ghost, and it's my number 9.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love Mummy Dust. I had such a hard time putting it on my list. Like other ones just took priority, but I think it's a fantastic song. I was going to, but it's not on there.
Honorable mention. Honorable mention.
Yeah, of course.
I have some honorable mentions as well that I couldn't keep on the list. But anyways, everyone should play Mummy Dust over and over and over and over again, repeatedly. If you're not listening to music and just leaving your house and you want to have some sound so people don't break in, put it on Mummy Dust.
Okay.
Okay.
That's wow.
Anyway,
uh,
Leon, what is your number 9?
my number 9 is actually a song that I would like. I'd like it to replace Mummy Dust on the official
Oh.
playlist, if I'm being honest. And it's 20s. 20s
Okay.
is my number 9. That's I always said like maybe they kind of overplayed Mummy Dust,
No.
and I always wanted to like, hey, let's give us 20s, you know, uh, because to me it's Mummy Dust. Yes, yes, it has that special,
The
but
oomph.
20s has that new style to it.
Mhm.
And I think like that would be a perfect song to shoot the mummy bucks,
Oh, the
you know?
canon.
But would they
Yeah, the
be
cannons.
$20 mummy
Oh
bucks?
yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah. Just they just shoot out coins and kill everyone in the crowd.
Just like bullets.
I think it's a great song. I love that song, and a lot that was of the new album, that was the song that was the most controversial. Like a lot of people didn't like it. It's kind of like a Killing Joke type song, and I think it's great. For the record, the concert I went to we had Mummy Dust and 20s on the in the set list, so
Yeah, we know,
we can have the
Brad.
How
best of.
was that? How was it hearing it live?
Oh, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait, just wait till you see it. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah, very, very.
I've heard them rehearse
Mhm.
20s when I was in Bochum, waiting in line. I was going downstairs because the parking lot was under the venue, and I went to my car to grab something, and I heard them play 20s,
They did that in
and I was just like,
Germany?
yeah, they rehearsed that one
Damn.
before the show, and I walked to my car and was just like, holy shit, they're playing 20s. Uh, yeah, and then like a couple days later, people started posting videos as well, where they heard like 20s being played in the
Mm,
background.
yeah.
It sounded nice, but I think it would sound even better live.
True.
You know,
Oh
seeing it.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited to finally see and hear it.
Same.
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
I bet the audience reaction was, "Hmm,
It was awesome. And I saw it twice, so it was because I was at both nights. But yeah, it was. Oh, I'm getting shivers just thinking about it. It's fucking amazing. So, cool.
Love that.
Oh,
Number
number
8.
8.
Oh, okay, number 8. Oh, all right. So here's the thing, how like kind of Ghost evolved for me. So I got into Ghost right after Infestissimum was released, like a few days after. And I've told the story of how that happened, and I instantly really liked them. But they were kind of a fledgling band, and you can be into bands like with only a couple albums, and then they'll just like disappear and drop out, and you just never know what's going on. So basically, my kind of thing with Ghost was, and every time they'd release an album, I would be like, oh, this band is awesome, and I'd spend like 6 months listening to them, and then I'd start listening to something else, and then they release an album, and it would come back. Well, I can't remember exactly when this was, but and just for the record, like I'm not someone who's on YouTube all the time watching YouTube videos. It is actually super rare for me to do that. Like it just I'd rather just listen to music and work out. I can't just. I've told them I can't sit and look at things. Well, one day I was just I don't know. I was on YouTube and I was watching ghost videos, and then one would just play after the next. Like once you do something on YouTube, they just keep playing. So all of a sudden, I'm watching some acoustic performance, and it's Goulet, Zombie Queen,
Oh.
and I'm like, oh, this is cool, acoustic. And then they pulled out the fucking kazoo in the middle of the song. I was like, holy shit. And like I remember calling my wife. I was like, "Are you hearing this? They're fucking playing the zoo. What the fuck? This fucking rules." And it's like they jumped. Like I just was like, "Oh, this is like," so I just leveled up in my love for the band. It was in that moment of watching that YouTube video, and I think I like went back and watched it like 3 or 4 times, and still to this day it's just awesome to me. So um I would love to see. I wish I could go back in time and be at one of those acoustic performances with Goulet, Zombie Queen, and the kazoo. So
but do you like
that
this,
level.
but do you like the studio version? Because I hate the studio version. I like the acoustic one.
I love it. I love the studio version. I
Really?
love it. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's one of my favorite songs off Infestissimum. But yeah, with the kazoo, even better.
Sure.
Fucking awesome.
Agreed.
Love it.
Agreed. Leon.
All right. My number 8 is Conclavi con Dio.
Mm.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah, it's one of the songs that have been ingrained into my brain. When I first saw Ghost live back in 2019, and I literally had no idea what the band is about. Because I got into Ghost when Prequel dropped. That was like the time I learned about the band. Like I heard about them before, but never listened to them because like the looks always said like they just scream into the microphone, and that's just not my thing. But then I was invited to the concert in Bochum 2019, and I remember Conclavi con Dio being one of those songs where I was just like with my jaw on the floor, I was just like, holy shit. Uh, yeah, and I was very disappointed that they didn't play it at the Ultimate Tour named Death later that year. Um, for reasons, obviously, they played it again in Mexico, to my surprise. But uh, the the last times I saw Ghost during the Imperator, ah, awesome! Like the stage, the outfits, the smell.
Yeah, it is. It
That's
is
just
very. It is very satisfying to look at. Like visually, it's very nice with the.
yeah.
What is
That's
it? What is the English word? Chasuble, I think.
yeah, the chest. No, the thurible.
Terrible.
Terrible.
The
Yeah.
thurible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
Chasuble is the rope.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, it's just like essentially that was what Ghost's ritual aesthetic was for me. That was like just like mm, that was it.
Two stories
So yeah,
about that song. It was originally called Asphyxia, which is why I did that little thing.
yeah,
When it was a demo, and then they moved that Conclavi Candio over to it. And at one point, I was actually offered to purchase the original Thurible, but the person wanted way more money than I thought it was worth. I mean, it's really just a Thurible you can buy anywhere,
yeah,
well, anywhere, but at probably a Catholic supply store. Um, Declined to pay the amount of money that was being asked for it.
So, number 7, Bradley.
All right. So number 7 is a show and tell.
Mm.
Number 7 is on this CD. It's Prime Mover. But
Oh.
it is the only other song. Well, not true now because some dumb actor sang on a Ghost song. But prior to the actor singing on a Ghost song, it was the only other song with a different lead singer for Ghost, and that lead singer is nameless, faceless, but if you get the Opus eponymous issue of Sweden Rock magazine, he is named in there. So if you're really curious, get it. But I've been told not to ask. So it is this version, which is the demo. It says Fusk Master, which I think means fucked up master in Swedish. Prime mover.
Yeah.
So, what's so different about that one than the one we hear? Besides,
Well, there's a different
vocals?
singer.
Obviously.
I mean, I mean, it's not as polished. It's a demo, so it's Tobias playing the guitar, Sarah's playing the bass, and I think Tobias plays the drums because so they had a drummer. He signed the Rise Above contract. His name is Jonas Olson, but he I don't want he couldn't play the songs or he couldn't play them up to Tobias's standard. So he is not on those demo recordings. It's Tobias playing the drums. But interestingly, he hits him and Tobias and Gustav that signed the Rise Above contract. So fun stuff. Fun knowledge. But yeah, it's a demo. It has the bones of the original song, but it's clearly a little different. And then it's like, just like any demo, it's not as produced. And obviously a different singer.
Does the singer sing it better?
No, I think I love Tobias's voice, to be honest. Like, that was like when I first heard. So interestingly, Leon, you said you shied away from Ghost because you were thought they would be like screamy, grawly. Same. I saw them during the Opus era. I saw people wearing the shirts. I saw online people had images of Ghost, and it looked to me like death metal, and I was like, that's not really my thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know what made me ask one of my friends who was like had the Papa logo, was like, is this band Ghost any good? And what am I getting? Oh, so then when I first heard them and I heard Tobias's voice, um, it was like, oh wow. And I just think his voice is awesome. But anyways, so I took advantage of that. But it's also like, and it's not a competition between me and Leon, but I'm also trying to spice up your
Ooh.
podcast so people will listen to it. You can talk, they can see the demo and hear stories of things that they might not necessarily know or have heard before. So it's all in service of your wonderful podcast.
Aww.
What was it? Yeah, about Ghost and Tobias's voice. I had Scott basically on Facebook. I knew him from my Doctor Who days, and at some point he started posting about Ghost and always posted pictures of Papa Emeritus 3, and that was my first impression with the band. Was like that they look like death metal or like screamo, and no, that's not really my thing. And I remember when Prequel dropped, uh, they played the entire album on my local radio station.
Nice.
I was driving home from work. It was like an hour and a half of a ride, and they played the entire album of Prequel on release night, and was like, holy shit, that's Ghost. That's cool. So yeah, just like a complete change of perception, I could call it, because like they look like ugh,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
Yeah.
they sound great.
And it's funny because Prequel is like their least heaviest album of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I wish it was heavier. I wish all of them sounded like Faith, or even Rats was fun, but it needed a few more heavier songs on it.
Oh yeah. Miasma was just love that song.
I love Freak Out. I think it's perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. Great album.
Okay.
Where we at?
Number 6.
Number 6, yeah.
Number 7,
No,
right?
number
I
7
have
for Leon, yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Leon.
My number 7 was Watcher in the Sky.
Ooh,
Mm.
okay.
It's
Nice.
Julian.
I
Sound
I
like
really
you.
really love the studio version.
Hmm.
The first time I heard it live was a bit of a disappointment.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, because as Jillian would say, peace and love, but Tobias
Such a Julian
T-
thing.
Tobias he really messed up the lyrics on that one.
Classic
And
Tobias. Yeah.
and at the end he just after the here for the light of a savior thing, Tobias just fucked off from the stage and was nowhere to be seen. And was like, all right, that's cool. And it was just the ghouls performing Watcher in the Sky, and was like, all right.
You're doing
The
great.
second time was way better, like way better. Tobias, like he nailed the lyrics. He stayed on stage and he didn't go away. So yeah, that's a thumbs up from me.
Well done.
Yeah, it's but Watcher in the Sky, it I don't know. I kind of visualize it like a Meliora song,
Okay,
basically.
I can see
Like
that.
I have the visuals of the Square Hammer video when
Mm.
listening to that song.
Mm.
Just like the yeah, it kind of fits that kind of niche, I guess.
Mm,
But but I really like the lyrics, the song itself, and the solo. Oh, the guitar solo on Watcher in the Sky. It's just that's
I'm trying to
um,
remember. I don't remember the guitar solo. Probably because I don't
The,
like the
the
song.
guitar playing on Terra is
basically
phenomenal.
the outro to
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
there actually is like a fan theory that Watcher in the Sky is like a prequel to Square
Mm.
Hammer. But I did hear him talk about in an interview how that song was actually supposed to be way longer. There was like the guitar solo in it was almost like tripled, but he said it wouldn't fit on a vinyl the way that he wanted, so he cut it down. And I think I personally would like the song more if it was longer. I just don't really fuck with it, and I don't know why. Maybe now that you mentioned that it kind of sounds like it's from Meliora, I think that's why I don't like it.
oh yeah.
Melior has one
Uh,
hit.
That's funny. I don't know why you don't like Maliora. It's a
I have a lot of
wonderful
reasons.
album, but I also and no, like just different in opinion, but I don't really Watching the Sky is I like it, but it's my least favorite song in Impera. It just kind of sounds a little generic, like if you took Meliora and like sanitized it or something. Like Meliora is a little more dirty sounding, and Watching the Sky is just too sanitized, and it just seems very cookie cutter to me. I didn't like the live version. I didn't like it on, or I don't like it as much on the album. But well, I was gonna say I wouldn't even know if
The hat.
Tobias
Look at the head.
the long lyrics. Like, I don't know lyrics to that song. He could go up there and sing whatever, and I'd be like, okay, sounds good. Must be the
Yeah.
lyrics.
But you also think the lyrics to Cerise are watermelon, so
Yeah, just fuck you.
show
Brad,
off the
about that.
hat. Show off the hat,
Please.
Leon. Show us
Please.
the hatteth.
Who doesn't like the Cerise lyrics? Like,
But I am a slut for steampunk aesthetics,
Yeah.
so I do enjoy the hat.
true.
Uh,
Look at it.
And I
Watcher
like
in the
King
Sky,
Papa.
slander detected,
Oh my
opinion
God.
rejected.
I'm sorry. That's way cooler than your little demo
Yeah.
tape, Brad. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. That was cute. That was cute.
I'm not trying to make the contest, but everybody else is. That's fine. That's all right. I got other sleeves.
That's
so
so
don't worry.
cool. That'll be the
I
thumbnail,
think
by
that's
the way.
awesome. And you know, like Leon's the cosplay guy. Like I'm the collector. So
True.
we each have our
We're both
niche that
collectors,
we
just in different fields, I suppose.
exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. So we have our own things, and it's a one. We can all share and
Of course.
be happy.
Of course. No, nobody's arguing.
Well, we aren't,
I'm
but
just
other people maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
exactly.
This is going to be Twitter's favorite episode today. Just
Give them
know it.
something to
I
talk
hope so.
about.
That's right.
They hate us because
So-
they ain't us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Top number 6, Brad.
666. Yeah.
666 in the house. So my number 6 is another cover. And it is If You Have Ghosts. It is the best Ghost cover. I'd love to say that the Beatles song would be the best one, but I really love like the If You Have Ghosts just sounds so mellifluous to me. It just sounds so good. Again, Dave Grohl produced that whole EP. Just has a crystal clear sound. I had no idea who Roky Erickson was prior to that song. And the guy has a lot of cool fucking songs. Like, that's another great thing about Ghost is like, no, I don't like every song that Tobias covers. Like, I don't particularly care for the Crucified original song, but a lot of original stuff or things that he's into, I've gone and sought out and found that, hey, they're really cool. I had no idea. Like, I listened to tons of music, I didn't even know Roky Erickson existed until Ghost did that cover. And even I don't even think for a while I knew it was a cover till someone pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh, it's a cover, okay. And then kind of went and discovered that guy. And again, it's one of those awesome covers that Tobias makes his own. It sounds a little like the original, but he went and ghostified it and made it awesome.
Just like Phantom of the Opera.
That one is so much
Yeah.
better than the original.
Yeah, like he
Whoa,
really took.
whoa.
I don't like Iron Maiden.
The original,
So sorry.
fucking awesome. What?
Is
You
it?
don't what? Oh no, there's no more peace and love. Fuck that. We're
Bring it
throwing
on.
out, we're
Go for
throwing them down, man. Iron Maiden is awesome.
Really
Do
don't
not
like
fuck
the
with Iron
original Phantom of the Opera.
It's chaotic,
very
just like
all over the
Tobias
place.
said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I love it. I love it. Love Paul Di'Anno. I went and saw Paul Di'Anno do the first two Iron Maiden albums or songs from the first two Iron Maiden albums in London in late November. It was great. It was an awesome show.
Nice.
Still not good. Not as good.
I wish I liked If You Have Ghosts or whatever. I probably listened to it twice. I'm good forever. Same with Here Comes the Sun. I'm
Yeah,
very
same.
surprised. I like that it's darker. That's about it.
Same. But I also
love the Beatles. I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I love the original "Here Comes the Sun." Like, it's one of my favorite Beatles songs. It is my wife's favorite Beatles song. So it is actually kind of hard. Like, I do like Tobias's version. I'm not saying I don't like it, but that song, it's like I love that song. So it'd be really hard for a Ghost to pull off making that one better. So that's why I didn't pick it. But if you have Ghosts, you listen to it twice. You need to listen to it again, man. That's one of the best. That is the best Ghost cover song.
I also
sure I
cannot
will
wait
hear
for
it.
the live version from the LA Forum.
I'll
I
skip it,
cannot wait.
probably.
Diane. Say with the
I'm
movie,
sorry.
you just walk out of the theater.
Yeah, when I'm watching it with Mr. Brad here, I'll go.
Okay, number 6, Leon.
number 6 is Stand By Him
Oh, okay.
from Opus.
Okay.
That is my absolute favorite song from that album.
Thank you for saying that. That is my number 1 song.
Yeah, it's certain songs have that certain ghost feeling to it.
Exactly.
Like you listen to it and you think that is Ghost. And Stand by Him is to me is one of those songs. Like when I visualize a song in my head, that's it.
Thank you for
Like
saying that. That is exactly what I feel like about this song.
I I still want to see it live one day. I hope they play it one day. I mean, another nameless ghost played it live
I said the
once.
same thing
But
in our episode.
I was very happy about that, but it was just like, yeah, but I kind of really want to hear Tobias play it one
True.
live. Yeah. So yeah, it was hard. Stand by Him was almost my number five, but that went to another song. So yeah,
Good choice. Thank you.
was a tough pick.
5, as in Papa Pentagram. Go.
Oh, not again.
That's right. So this was one of the ones I had initially taken off my list, and then when I saw I only had 9, I was like, oh, I'll add it back. And it's Ritual.
Nice.
It's played at has been played at every single Ghost concert. There's never been one where they haven't played it. Um, I was a fan of Ghost for a long time before I got to see them live. I saw them live in 2017 when they opened for Iron fucking Maiden, which was awesome. And I always I loved Ritual, and I wanted to I wanted to hear it live. And it still is a great moment in the concert when he plays that song, and it's the one Opus song that all the fans know and like. No matter when you became a fan, you're kind of into Ritual. So the demo of Ritual that I own is it just has the chorus, and the chorus is just slightly a little different. So it's like an instrumental, and then the chorus comes in. And I've heard that chorus so many times, but it just never ever gets old. Like like Square Hammer got old. Ritual never gets old for me. I've heard it so many times. It's just so pleasing to the ear. I love that sound. I wish that Tobias would go back to that Opus
Yeah,
sound. I've said
agreed.
this a million times. Like
Oh,
that 70s just melodic. It's just so good. Anyway, so my number 5, Ritual.
Ritual was the song in when I saw them live in Hamburg, where the whole venue went crazy. There was like the set list was Hunter's Moon, Jesus He Knows Me, and then Ritual.
Oh.
Like that from Jesus He Knows Me to Ritual, that was the most fun that I ever had in a crowd because everyone went nuts.
Yeah, they were hyped up. Yeah.
But it was the amazing kind of going nuts, and that was just that feeling that song gave me that day. Perfect.
Love it.
Ritual didn't make my top 10 because I don't listen to it a lot uh, when I listen to it on Spotify. The same with Square Hammer. But live Ritual is an experience.
True.
That's
Absolutely.
yeah.
Agreed. So,
All
what
right.
is your
My
top 5?
my top 5 is Secular Haze.
Oh, I love that one.
I
Real
I
the
just
flow
love
bud.
I just love Secular Haze.
Mhm.
That's as I said with Stand by Him. It's one of the songs that I associate with Ghost
Mhm.
when I think of them, especially
Oh no.
No, both of them. Oh no, it's just
amazing.
yeah.
Still have
Oh,
sorry what?
you
You
froze.
froze. And you
Oh,
said the name of our podcast.
yeah. Again, Secular Haze is one of those songs that I associate with Ghost. the music video from that song is
Yeah. Oh, I
just
love it.
perfect. I actually saw the music video on TV.
Oh.
It's there's a TV channel is the name. It's I don't know the name anymore, but it plays music videos.
Like
MTV?
MTV,
And no,
VH1.
no, 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 no
Viva?
not MTV, not one of those. Um, anyway, I woke up one night and they played Secular Haze and was just like, what the fuck is that? I fell asleep on my couch and then just woke up and was just like, whoa.
Secular.
Uh, but yeah, it's Secular Haze. That one is one of those ghost songs. Ghost.
Mm.
Uh,
Scrumptious. Love
yeah. Still, still want to see it live one day, but I heard like Tobias is bored of playing it.
it.
Like he finds playing it a bit boring compared to other songs, so that's why they don't include it into the set list anymore, which is a shame because it was a really nice song.
Agreed.
But yeah, Secular Haze, my
That
number
is
5.
it's literally my least favorite Ghost song.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't like that circus music. I
Wow.
can't do it. I love every Ghost song, but if I could wipe one off of existence, it was just Secular Haze.
Rude.
Like I just
It was
Interesting.
actually when I was in Stockholm last year, um, I saw Priest live. I know you don't like them, but
That's okay.
the old Mauro Rubino, the old keyboardist of Ghost, uh, I I talked with him before the show, and he was just like, hey, and he was showing me the equipment that they set up, and he showed me how to play the Secular Haze, the circus music
Oh, fun.
on his keyboard. So that's something that I can play now because we had some time to kill, and he showed me how to play the guitar. Like I poorly attempted to play the Mummy Dust solo, and he showed me what keys to press on the keyboard to do the Secular Haze
Yeah.
keyboard.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it was very fun. He's very nice as a person. Yeah.
Love that.
Anyway, moving forward.
Cool.
Are we at number 4 already?
Quattro. Yes.
all right. Number 4. Okay, is Spillways.
I forgot about that
It
one in
is-
my top 10. I would have put it somewhere there. I just forgot about this song.
So it's recorded on the famous ABBA piano. It's the most poppy song off Impera, and I love Poppy Ghost. Also, came out again with Joe Elliott of Def Leppard singing on it. And what's cool about that is that one of the first rock bands I ever liked when I was a kid, Pyromania, came out in 1983, which put me at 9 years old. And it was one of the first rock albums I fell in love with. So to have my, turn of the century favorite band playing with my, childhood favorite band just made it all that more. And when that song comes on live, Spillways, I just jump up and down. I got a big old fucking face. I'm screaming at Papa, and it's like it feels too short for me. Like I could have had that song like another 3 minutes long. I just love it. I sometimes listen to it on repeat. I love it so much.
I really love the live at the Ministry
Mm-hmm.
version of that song too, because he growls in it, like spillways.
Yeah.
That song is like really cathartic to sing as well in the car with the windows down and you're having fun. So I love that song. I love Spillways.
Oh yeah, Spillways was actually my contender for number 4, but I had to choose one that's for the heart.
What did you
So,
choose?
Tell
Let us
uh,
us.
know.
Respite on the Spider Fields.
That was my
Oh.
number 4.
That's my number 4, simply because I cried when I heard it live.
Me too.
Like I a man hates to admit it, but I just
Fuck
couldn't
that.
control myself when I
Real
when
men
I
cry.
when I heard that song live, especially the outro, it was just over for me.
Yeah.
Which was weird because I was wearing the mask, and crying in a mask is a very uncomfortable feeling.
You
But
cannot wipe your
yeah,
face.
yeah, you can't wipe your face, especially if you wear the gloves. That was very weird. But yeah, that's just like when I first heard that song when Impera came out, that was just like, wow, what an ending!
Oh yeah.
Like what a closing song! Holy shit! And when I played it live for the first time, when I saw it, it was like, wow,
Agree.
Yeah.
that was yeah, just very few songs that grip me like that, but it's just that song has that certain something that just pulls at my heartstrings. I don't know what it is because it sounds like the end,
Mhm.
Yeah, makes
like
sense.
it's the closing of a chapter, and that's just like, mm,
It sounds nostalgic,
yeah,
like Imperium as well, like the first track.
oh yeah,
Um, but I think that's why this art back here is my favorite art because it reminds me of Respite on the Spitalfields. And that's done by Alex. I don't know how to say his last name,
Yeah,
but he just
same.
posted it on Instagram. He's like, finally, I can share it with everybody.
oh yeah,
But yeah, that song, it easily could have been my number 1 if I picked like my absolute favorites for my personal favorites. But
yeah.
yeah,
I had to think about my number one, but nothing will ever beat that one. So
I feel like I know your number 1 and your number 2. I don't think it will be surprising for me.
yeah,
Um,
I
number
don't think
3.
it's.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
that's Respite is my number 4, and that's
whenever I hear the title, I always have to think of Jillian because there was a time when I didn't know how to pronounce the song, and I asked Jillian, and she told me it is respite on the no. What did you say? Respite on the Spitalfields, and then
I've
somebody,
heard Respite and
yeah, and then
Respite.
yeah, I think nobody says it the way that you do, so I always think of you when I hear that song.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Brett, number 3.
All right, number 3.
Show and
So I didn't say
tell.
any- Yep. So I didn't say anything when you said Stand By Him, because I was kind of gonna talk about it. So this is
Oh
this is
no.
my prized Ghost possession. This is the very first demo CD that Ghost put out, and you can see the date on there. It is August 31st, 2008. And it says in Swedish, Ghost unfinished demos, 6 of them.
Oh.
On the set of demos, it has the Asphyxia, which would it become Conclavi Candio. It has the Ritual, with where it just has the chorus. Um, it has Genesis on there, and it has Prime Mover, but um, I don't think there's any singing on it. Or if there is, it's Tobias singing. Um, it's got um, it's got one other one, but it has a song called Night of the Witch, which ends up becoming
Stand by him.
Stand By Him. Uh,
nice.
so that the evolution of that song it was when it in 2006, Tobias had an idea and started to lay down like just some guitar bits, and that he called Satan's Nat, or Satan's Natt. I don't know how to pronounce it in Swedish. I
Not.
do actually have those as well too. They're just like a little bit of singing, a little bit of guitar, just one track. But when it started to become a fully fledged song in 2008, they called it Night of the Witch. And in that song, Tobias attempts to sing like Messiah Markolin, because he was sending that song to him to he's from Candlemass, and he wanted him to be the singer of Ghost. So he tries to
Yeah.
sing really, really cool. And he also sings like in Swedish. So there's some like Swedish parts, and then there's just some gibberish parts where it's like, like super. And like, is this really Tobias? And they're like, yep. Um, so, anyways, that when you said "Stand by Him," like feels like the quintessential Ghost song. I mean, essentially, it is. It is that was the first from Satan's Knot to Night of the Witch to Stand by Him. That was the song that kicked off Ghost. That's the one where he brought it to Gura and was like, if we can make more songs like this, I think we can make a band out of this. And so to have part of my collecting when Tobias first talked about like Satan's Knot and like a throwaway song in Swedish, that was my goal of collecting, was to find that song. But he had it a little bit off. Like the Satan's Knot is just the like beginning. Night of the Witch is whenever he mentions Satan's Knot, he's actually talking about Night of the Witch. And so to finally get that, I got it in 2020. He gave this CD, interestingly, and a demo copy of Passiflora that looks different than all the other ones to a music executive who worked for Century Records, I think. And that person, through somebody else, um, told me that they were selling those CDs. So I bought it like sight unheard, unknown. And then when it came to me, and I first listened to this CD, I was like, "Holy shit! This is what I was searching for all along." So it's really Stand by Him, but is my number 3. But I'm including this to make your podcast awesome, or
Nice.
make it
Thank you.
I mean,
make it something I would watch.
seeing those demos, it kind of makes me want to listen to them. So just
Every single time
Yeah.
Brett talks about it.
just to
Obviously-
experience it, you know.
Well, you can come to my house and listen to it 100%. Jillian's she will get to listen to it. And Leon, probably Twitter will hear this, and we'll hear some shit on Twitter about me gatekeeping. But
Yeah.
Twitter, if you had the wits about you to find this CD and buy it from the person who had it, then you could save the world. I, however, will share it at my house for people who come and want to listen to it.
Can't wait to hear
And
it.
you also be able to hear it too.
I never
so anyways,
post I never post anything on Twitter, but I kind of want to take the part of Brad offering Leon to come to his house to listen to that demo tape and put that on Twitter, just as my first ever post on Twitter.
and then invite Phobius Forge too. So
Yeah, that was the
3 most
original
hated
plan.
people-
Yeah, the unholy
Oh,
trinity.
yeah.
Yes, all 3 of you want.
The unholy trinity coming together to listen to Passiflora and all the demos.
I can imagine.
Let's do it.
And then we record it, and there's no music played.
No,
we
just
all hear
muted.
it.
Yeah.
No, we all hear it over headphones. We're just like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Isn't this nice?
Oh, if they could only hear what we hear right now.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, but moving forward, my
Mhm.
number 3 is Year Zero.
Mhm.
Oh,
Fucking love Year Zero.
absolutely.
That one is just live. That's an absolute banger live.
Yeah.
Especially with the pyros, with the crowd chanting "Hail Satan!" Oh yeah, that's the song that. Funnily enough, that's the song that my mother first listened to when she tried to listen to Ghosts, and she actually watched the music video. Year Zero because she was like, what the fuck is he on about? What's that band? And she listened to it and was just like, holy shit, this is horrifying. How can you listen to this? And was just like, hey, that's cool.
No, I love Year Zero. Yeah, I think it's a good song as like in the studio version, but live, that's a song you have to listen to live to really,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
to really enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
That
yeah,
one was my number 8, and it was specifically the Papa Ford performance because, like you said, the stage aesthetics for that song. I'm so excited to see in the next era how he enhances that.
The audience gets set on fire, I
What
suppose.
is with you in the audience today, bro?
We're holding the
Oh my
pyro at
God.
that point.
There's no peace and love. It's violence and hate. And I'll still be a barrier. Bring it
Oh,
on.
it's the same.
Jillian, it's peace and love between me and the flamethrower. So
Oh my god. I don't. Oh, we're at number 3, right? All right. Is it number 3? Number 2 or number 2 already?
2.
Already, Brad. Number 2.
All right, so my top 2. Number 2, and I did not find Ghost through TikTok, but I fucking love Mary on a Cross.
Hell yeah. Dude. That's my number 2.
The song is great.
Number 3.
I don't care it got popular on TikTok. I don't care that a million new fans only know that song or whatever everyone thinks about the song. I loved that song. So I remember when that song was released, I woke up in that night, like I used to go to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I couldn't sleep. And I woke up and I walked out and I was like fucking around on the computer and I was like, Ghost released a new song, and I don't know why it was like I guess it was at midnight or something like that, and it was like the Kiss the Go Go video. It was a new chapter, right? And I watched the chapter and then the Kiss the Go Go video. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then people were talking about another song, Mariana Cross, but I don't think it was like released at the same time as that chapter. It was like maybe like a little later in the day I was able to hear it, or maybe it was the next day. I can't remember. And I remember loving Kiss the Go Go and then thinking there's like no way the B side is gonna, be any better. It's the fucking B side. And then I heard Mariana Cross and I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking catchy. Like, wow. And honestly, I just want to put this out there. Like, I do wonder if that is like the pinnacle of Ghost. Like, if there will ever be a better song. And like, even though I love Impera, there really is nothing on Impera, in my opinion, that compares to the biggest songs that Ghost had, like Dance Macabre and Mariana Cross. So I wonder if we're on a downside. Hopefully, Tobias proves me wrong with the new album. But Mariana Cross seemed like that was when Ghost was like firing on all circuits, and he could do. I mean, not only could he do no wrong, but everything was just into the stratosphere.
Yeah, Mariana Cross to me is I mean, I love the song, but I think I've listened to it a little bit too much. Like I kind of get like not sick of hearing it, but just like satiated would be the word. Just like I've heard it enough. If it comes up, I'll probably skip it because there are other songs. But Mariana Cross, I actually listened to that one before Kiss to Go Go even came out because there was someone leaked a song. I remember. I remember someone sending me a recording of that song via Facebook Messenger, like the day before the EP even came out. Just like I was walking through town and a friend of mine was like, "Hey, there's a new Ghost song it leaked," and he just sent me "Mary on a Cross" and was like, "Oh, that's cool." So yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I think because Australians get the song first.
Oh yeah.
Yes, someone basically just recorded that and just sent it around. So basically, it wasn't a leak per se, just like an early release because Australians,
Period. Australians.
Yeah. My number 2 is Call Me Little Sunshine.
What
I
a
love that
surprise.
song.
Yeah, it's absolutely no surprise at all. It's basically it only has to something to do with me proving people right
Mm.
about that song, just because during the pre-Impera tour, when Tobias came out with the Year Zero robe, the black one,
Mm-hmm.
everyone was like, "Oh no, he's no longer wearing the blue robe because you stole that." And blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
blah. Basically Twitter going nuts, and a friend of mine had a meet and greet with Tobias, and she basically asked him, and she was like, "Hey, why aren't you wearing the Papa outfit anymore?" And basically his answer was like, "The set is too short, and it takes too long to put the robe on." So that's why they didn't use it on the pre-Imperator, but they will use it at the proper Imperator in the UK and moving forward. So and when they told me that, I was like, all right. But when people said something about that, I was like, that's the reason, and nobody believed me. Nobody believed me when I said, oh, that's the reason. Stop bullshitting me. He's not wearing it because of you. And
Oh my god.
basically when the first show at the O2 in London, I guess was the first show in the UK. And basically, friends of mine they sent me pictures like, oh my god, Leon, he's wearing the robes. He's wearing the robes again. They're playing Common Little Sunshine, and he's wearing the robes.
Twitter misproven
And
once again.
and I was just like, I told you so. And that's why Common Little Sunshine is one of my favorite songs, because
Just out of
because
spite.
out of spite, basically. No, it's basically also because it's a great song. I love the music video, and especially the live version from Jimmy Kimmel
Yes.
that they posted. Love that one, but basically also because of the rope, and it proved me right. That's why it's one of my favorite songs to listen to.
If Life
What a
Eternal
beautiful
didn't
answer.
exist,
here's what bullshit the internet is too.
yeah,
Like
true.
before I even knew you, the only thing I ever knew was that there was some dude who stole the robes from Tobias. Who, I mean, like that rumor caught traction, and it's such bullshit. And like people will believe, and I'm not gonna say that I didn't believe it. I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, what do I know, And but it's just bullshit. And then you meet someone, you're like, yeah, you didn't steal the fucking robes or whatever the idea of the robes, or I got a second print of the robe, whatever the fuck it was that was going around. It's just like the internet's so crazy.
Yeah,
People just bomb onto an idea, and it's hive mind. They'll just, once they have an idea about you, it's over. Like it's like on Twitter. It's like the fandom hates Subvision Unofficial. It's like, I've only been on Subvision Unofficial for about 3 years. It wasn't
Yeah,
even
they still
created by
they still
me.
think it's yours for some reason.
I know they do. I didn't the poor guy who created it in 2011 and ran it for 8 years before is unknown to them. These people are idiots. But great story.
yeah,
Love
but
it.
yeah, it's but basically just an out of spite story, and it became my favorite my favorite song. Especially in Hanover, I wore the robes to the concert, and when Call Me Little Sunshine came up, and Tobias came on stage with the robe, and he just stood there and was like looking at me,
Same,
doing
same.
doing this doing this, and was just like,
Awkward. Same
yeah,
dress at a party.
yeah. But
One of us is gonna have to change.
yeah, but funny thing about that concert. There's a photo of me taking a piss in costume, and and so someone took a picture of me from behind. I'm just holding up the chasuble, and taking a pee. and, and he showed me the photo. It was just like, hey, trust me, I'll never post that, but I have to send this to you. And so
That's funny.
there's just a picture of me in front of the toilets in full Papa outfit. That would,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. That's
But yeah, he
that.
doesn't care. So this is me. So Scott,
Look at
I got
you.
Scott Blake to make me Cardinal Copia, and
Oh,
here I am,
nice.
and I was up front row center when Tobias is wearing the, I mean, it's not like you, like you're a professional, but like, hey, for me, I'm wearing the exact same thing he's wearing, so I'll have my
That's
wife take a
amazing.
picture of it. Like he doesn't
That's
care, and then he did this when like you see
Twinning.
him looking when he's
Oh,
looking
if
over, and he's and I, go ahead.
I know these pictures. I think Scott Blake reposted them at some point.
Probably did. He probably
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
yeah. That's when I saw that. That was amazing. I unfortunately missed out on any meet and greet
Same.
with Copia and Papa 4. They kind of got rid of it whenever they came over to Europe.
I know, it
Womp
sucks.
womp.
Womp womp.
I just gave you a lesson the other day, Leon, about when to call what Papa what name, and you still got it wrong.
Womp womp.
Womp womp, Sabrina.
Yeah, I
He
know.
called you out.
Sorry.
Okay. Big drum roll.
Number 1.
Number 1.
All right,
All
Brad.
right,
What's your number
so
one?
my number one, so like I said, I started listening to Ghost in 2013 and it went levels. The next level up was when I saw the kazoo. And then when I became a fucking crazy ass super fan was when the song Dance Macabre was released.
God.
This
I knew it. I knew it.
I fucking love that song. I listened to that song over and over and over, and it would give me chills down my spine. And my wife was like, "Stop listening to that fucking song."
I agree with her.
And um, no, it's so good. And the thing is, like, it was supposed to be Tubius was supposed to be writing it for like a pop artist or something, and then he made it a ghost song. And I love like I mean I'm a sucker for pop music, and that's kind of why I like Ghost because it has all the cool like horror and satanic imagery, but it's really just a pop band, But you can kind of be like, it's like I don't want to listen to the Backstreet Boys, but I will definitely listen to Ghost because it's cooler and I don't know, Dance Macabre. Just from there, after that summer, that's when I really started collecting. I really like started reading everything about Ghost, and I had done that like periodically when albums came out. Like I'd found Subvision repugnant like many years prior, but then it stuck from summer of 2018 until today. I went from I love the band Ghost to like they are the greatest band currently. And so that is my song. I will never get tired of that song. It doesn't give me chills down my spine anymore. It did for a long, long time. Sometimes when I see it live, I'll get those chills back. Like when I just think about how fucking awesome that song is and how great the concert is, I'm actually getting a little chills just talking about it right now. Um, but anyways, that's my number one.
Nice.
Julian, your face is perfect.
Yeah, I love that for you. I think that's great for you.
Peace and love.
Wobble wobble.
We just don't have the same taste in Ghost, Jillian. It's okay.
No,
They
it's okay to be wrong.
they sometimes play Dance Macabre on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, you've
Here
never
in
heard it
my,
on the
yeah,
radio.
in my town's local radio, Radio 91 from Dortmund.
Oh.
They play rock music sometimes, and Dance Macabre is in their rotation.
Never
So they
heard Ghost
play
on
it.
the radio.
But I think I would love to hear Ghost cover Backstreet Boys. I think Backstreet's Back. Could you
Oh
imagine
my
that?
god.
How did we get like
Papa
from
singing, "Am I sexual?" Yeah.
No,
Julian?
no, thank you. No,
Love that.
thank you.
Love
No,
that.
yes.
Somebody on AI.
I
Let's
mean,
do that on AI.
it's a yes, but how did we get from Dance Macabre to the Backstreet Boys?
He just said he didn't want to listen to
Oh.
Backstreet Boys. He brought it up.
Pop song. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's pure pop song.
Okay, but
Disappointed.
anyway, Leon, what is your number
My
one?
my number one, you know it already, Sabrina. It's Majesty. Majesty is is the song that hooked me on Ghost. When I saw them live in Bochum 2019, that was the song when it was like, all right, I found my new favorite band. That's that one that song started my obsession with Ghost. That's because when I listened to it on the radio when they played the full album prequel, I was like, all right, they're cool. When I saw the first songs, a couple songs in Bochum, I was like, all right, that's all right, I guess. Mummy Dust, I suppose. But then Majesty came out and was just like, oh shit. Sorry, what?
Brett, what did you say?
Oh, I was just saying, keep playing Mummy Dust. Keep playing Mummy Dust.
So yeah, but yeah, Majesty is my all time favorite Ghost song, and it still hasn't been beaten on Spotify because I have to admit that I haven't listened to anything else in 2019 except for Majesty by
Really?
Ghost. Yeah, it's if I pull out my Spotify statistics, it's still a number one.
That's fun.
Wow,
Yeah, we
that's awesome.
in the business we call this autistic hyperfixation. But
Yeah, true that. As much
yeah,
as I love that for you, if I would have to choose my top three least favorite Ghost songs, number three would be probably Majesty. Number two would be Call Me Little Sunshine. Number one would be Life Eternal. If these three songs have one hater, it's me. I don't know why. I've tried to get into Majesty. I get why you like it. But yeah, I could never get behind Call Me Little Sunshine. I don't know. I think it's so. I don't want to say boring, but it's so slow. If that makes sense. I like the lyrics, but it's a very slow song.
yeah, but it's
You don't like Black Sabbath, do you?
yeah, basically it's Majesty reminds me of the old heavy metal songs. You know, as Brad said, Black Sabbath or Ozzy Osbourne kind of stuff. It's a slow burner, but it has that oomph.
Yeah, I could get behind Majesty. Yeah,
especially live. I think it's just I feel like the drums are almost like a train, like a boom, ba ba boom, ba ba boom, ba ba boom, ba ba boom. Like the rhythm is like a train approaching.
Okay.
Just that was just like slow song, but a heavy impact. That's what I associate with Majesty, and that was basically just like holy shit. Like they really can do it. Also didn't help that I really liked Chris as a ghoul.
Same.
Like he brought the energy with that song. So yeah, it's a shame they no longer play it, honestly, because it's definitely
I had
one of my.
Majesty. I had Majesty on mine, so I went through like each album, and I ended up crossing it off for Mummy Dust. And I'm sorry, I think Majesty is a fucking awesome song, and I totally agree with you. It is definitely in my honorable mentions. That's a great song. It was so hard to pick top 10. Like, you know, you had to get rid of songs that you really like. But Sabrina, let me ask you that question. Do you like Black Sabbath? Because like Call Me Little Sunshine, Matt, there's like slow.
No, I don't.
Even Cerise is kind of like.
I don't.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Brad. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. Sorry. Do you have any other honorable mentions? Do you have any honorable mentions, Leon?
Uh, Cerise would have been my honorable mention, and what was it? Miasma.
Okay.
Miasma is especially because the saxophone just comes out of fucking nowhere.
True.
Uh, because as I said, they played the entire album. It was just like, holy shit, that's a nice instrumental, and then they just bust out the fucking saxophone, and I was just like, whoa, what is that? And I think another honorable mention for me personally is Phantom of the Opera,
Okay.
simply for being my favorite cover that they did. Yeah, basically.
Brett, do you have any others?
And I got Elizabeth. I really hated not having Elizabeth on there. I love that. But
That was
I
my-
really didn't want to go
Yeah, that
top
was my
heavy.
top. That was my number 2.
So, and the interesting thing about Elizabeth is all of that was recorded. Tobias did he did the guitar and the bass on that. I'm not sure if he did the drums too. But all on this were Gustav Lund, what's his name? I have his
Gustav
back, but he was the
Lundgren.
drummer. Yeah. And then Tobias. Those are the only 3 people who are on Opus who record Opus, but Tobias plays bass on Elizabeth. Satan Prayer would be another one. Body and Blood, Life Eternal, and Rats are my honorable mentions that I would have liked to get on the list. But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, we want to say thank you for being our first 2 guests. I know I gave both of you shit for some of your song choices, but really,
Peace and love, Jillian. Peace and love.
It really is peace and love, because I think this
violence.
is so interesting to learn about both of your personalities and your journey through Ghost. So thank you so much for taking us on that journey.
Well, thank you for having me, Leon. It was fun. Now we need to do one with Tobias Forge and really set fire.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching I'm Sorry What? An Unofficial Ghost Podcast with Sabrina
and Jillian. There's no need to be living in times of turmoil. All you gotta do is check out our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
Stay tuned for the next episode, and remember, as above, so below.